Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Black Gentleman's Culture Premium Cigar and Spirits channel. Today we are out front with the Tamagoyaki cigar, which translate in Japanese fried egg, and we're out here enjoying this with a sparkling red wine. Like I said, I was definitely going to start bringing a little bit more sophistication to our videos, and this is going to be one of the first cigars that I pair with wine. Now, that being said, the cigar is listed as a 6x54 box press when it's actually a 5.5x54 box press, and the cigar was aged 2 years by Privada Club, and it was delivered on 07/23 in their Cigar of the Month Club box. So I've sat on this cigar for close to 2 years. And this cigar is a Puro. As you can see, it's Nicaraguan Habano wrapper, binder, and fillers. So, now, on that body, it's true you get rawhide. The foot, no. I did not get no chocolate granola. I got more of a sweet barnyard hay. And on the cold draw, that's actually where you would get the sweetness. I got a sweetness. We'll call that the chocolate granola. No, I didn't get the rice wine vinegar or red pepper, but that chocolate granola and raisin is present. That being said, again, this is a 5.5 by 54 stick. So I paired this with a red wine by Ambel, and you'll see the video shortly after for that. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get through the first third, and I'll be back to let you know how it's going. Okay, everyone, I'm back with the Lambrusco Grasparossa DI Castelvetro. This red wine is a sparkling red wine, and trust me, you are gonna need it. Definitely with this cigar. Just off the rip with this cigar, it's heavy. And I do mean heavy walnut that dries out the palate. So, that being said, I was kind of aware that the cigar was is a little bit harder on the palate as far as drying it out. So I guessed right, and I paired it with this sparkling red wine. Now, don't worry, I'll let you know where you could get it from, and I'll let you know how it costs. How much it costs. Now, the only thing I wasn't able to do was find this cigar on Privada Club anymore. So I guess they must have discontinued and sold out. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and finish getting through this first third, and I'll let you know how they're both going. We are now done with the first third of this cigar. As you can see, the burn is relatively sharp until you get around back, and well, as you can see, it got a little thing going on back here. But other than that, this cigar is delivering in spades on the red pepper through the retro hell, and it's not overpowering, it's actually smooth. Now, on the draw, you're going to get a light little black pepper mixed with walnuts. Even though they say the walnut is going to come in during the second third, no. It's prevalent and strong through the first third. Now, other than that, this cigar is quite smooth, like I said, on everything, but it does dry out the palate. Thus, I had this sparkling red wine, and I'll let you know how it handles the fact that the cigar dries out the palate. Other than that, it's a great cigar so far, but like I said, the only knock I have on this, it was listed as a 6-inch cigar. It was only 5.5. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead, get to the halfway point, and I'm going to do a review of the cigar with the wine. All right, folks. Okay, everyone. I'm here after the first third and a couple of sips of this wine. And let me tell you, it's working wonders. The cigar itself has the strong effect of walnuts. And if you know how walnuts do, if you eat a lot of walnuts, it dries out your mouth and your palate. Well, this sparkling red wine does manage to put moisture back into the palate, but it is somewhat of a dry wine itself. But it works wonders, and these two work in combination quite well. Now, this wine I picked up from Western Wine Reserve right around the corner from me. It's not a ball buster, and it is not a wallet buster. It's actually only $12.99. $11.99. And let me tell you, if I knew the price of this cigar, but unfortunately Privada Club has discontinued it, it probably would have been one of the top candidates on balling on the budget. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and put a price on the cigar. Let's just say the cigar would run about 14 bucks. The wine is 12 bucks. You're sitting there at a $26 experience. And the experience is going well. Other than that, like I said, you can see it got a nice little legs on it. And it is something that will be quite enjoyable by females and males. Yes, fellas, diversify your spirits. I highly recommend these two together. And I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit further in. And I'll let you know what I give these two as a pairing. That being said, I'm going to see y'all at the halfway point. We are back. And as you can see, that burn is into a full-on roller coaster. Now, other than that, the draw on this is perfect. Again, I could use it as a straw if I wanted to. More importantly, it keeps a nice airflow going, and it allowed me to put it down for several minutes to answer a phone call and to just let it rest to see if it'll go out. And no, it doesn't. That being said, that black pepper is more prevalent now on the palate and through the retrohale, even though the retrohale still finishes with that red pepper. Far as the lemon they say you're going to get out of this, I honestly say it's kind of, it puts a slight tartness on the palate. It isn't like strong enough where you can taste the lemon, but your palate gets the feeling of you just sucked on a lemon. No diddy. Other than that, it's going smooth, like I said, and it's a very pleasant and well put together cigar. And at this point, I would truly say I would give this cigar an 8. That being said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do a review coming of the wine itself with this and what I think these two are pairing up to be. All right, folks, I'm back. Now, as far as this wine is going, let me tell you, it is the perfect complement. The fruit in the wine isn't overbearing. The tartness from this wine isn't overbearing. And even though, like I said, it's a sparkling red wine, it still stays true as a red wine would, and it's somewhat dry. And I gave the cigar itself an 8. I'm going to have to give this an 8 just as well. And together, I would honestly say I would give both of these an 8.5. They're not the worst, and they're not the best. But they are a great combination together. So if you're in the if you're into trying new things, you want to have a good experience, definitely pick up both of these if you can. It's going to be hard because I'm looking. Now, the wine itself won't be hard. If you live in Solon, Ohio, hit Western Wine Reserve up there on Miles Road. They have it. And I've seen it on the internet. So you can definitely pick this up. Now, as far as why I would do this, I decided to, like I said, get out of my comfort zone, start doing a little bit more wines, because it's easy to do spirits such as whiskeys, bourbon, cognac, all of that. But guess what? We have to grow. And I also wanted to show some of the ladies love. And by doing that, I meant by picking up wines and pairing them. I would strongly recommend this. And fellas, and if you like this, like I do, be smart. You may want to buy 2 to 3 because your girl's definitely going to take a bottle. And if she's like anything like my wife, she's going to take 2. So definitely pick up 3 bottles. You'll get probably a glass out of one of them and enjoy it. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and get through the final third of this cigar. And I'll let you know. Anything's changed that would make me say these two have either lowered the experience from the 8.5 or raised it. All right, folks. We have now made it down to the final third. As you can see, that burn is still off. And you can also see that the pectin they used was on the cigar and on the band. So unfortunately, the wrapper's starting to come apart on it. Other than that, there was a slight, very slight and pleasant change. If you're used to sourdough, you will definitely get this off of the cigar. It is definitely prevalent and it's lingering on the palate. So on top of the walnuts, which tends to dry out the palate, you have a nice little sourdough kicker going on with it. As you can see, I hit it with a straight cut, thanks to Screw Pop. And the cigar is, like I said, a very solid 8. As far as the pairing goes, I would definitely give these two, like I said, it's an 8.5, and it's something that you would enjoy. So if you still have the cigar sitting in your humidor that you got from Privada Club, and you were thinking about trying it and didn't know what you want to put with it, try that red wine. And the wild part is, with this cigar and that wine, I'm getting a nice little feeling. Nothing bad, but you can definitely tell if you're not a heavy drinker like myself, that you're definitely going to get a nice little kick out of this. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead, keep working on this cigar and keep enjoying this drink. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, this video will be released this coming Friday. So when you see it, it will be Friday. All right, folks. Love y'all. Thank you. We are now up to 104 followers. I'm going to try my best to give y'all more and better content. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and hunt down some more wines, because I got about 4 or 5. And I'm going to just start incorporating them in with regular videos. And that being said, let's get to how we close out the end of this. If you got cigars, smoke them. If you got a lot of them, share them with your friends and family and try to make more cigar heads. All right, folks, I'll see you on the next cigar. La 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 la. La la da, na na na. Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, go to work like it's deja vu. That's what mama says, son, this is what you're supposed to do. Show that ass for the cash like a prostitute. Be diligent, get the raise that they promise you. Damn, workplace, putting on my work face. Panic setting in, can't wait for my first break. In the restroom like, this can't be life. He ain't even wash his hands, yo, that can't be right. Everybody sharing food, no handy wipe. Cutting donuts in half, check your life. Assignment from my boss, she don't like how I write. I just wanna write these stories of life. Acting grown, that's the shit I don't like. At my home, I'ma follow these dreams. No break for the northern light. We don't sleep that much, that's a northern night. Just a crazy honest flow from these northern pipes, right? Working all morning on a 9 to 5, just trying to make money. Life gets ugly and I can't